Have you ever wondered why there are so many different churches today? If Jesus established only one church, then why do we see thousands of denominations, each claiming to follow him? The truth is, Jesus himself prophesied this would happen in his parable of the sower. While he planted the true seeds of faith, the enemy, the devil, also planted counterfeit seeds. Today, we will expose who planted those counterfeit churches and how biblical prophecy and history confirm it. Stay until the end as we uncover the shocking truth. Jesus told a powerful parable in Matthew 13, verse 24 to 25, and it says, "The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field, but while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away." Who is the sower? The sower in the parable is Jesus, as stated in Matthew 13:37-38. The field is the world with the good seeds pertaining to the sons of the kingdom. Christ established one church, as stated in Matthew 16, verse 18. Christ said, "And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it." Not churches. Christ built only one church, not many. And in what name is the church called? The name of that church is the Church of Christ, as stated in 1 Corinthians 12, verse 12, Weymouth Bible Translation. Now who is the enemy stated in the parable? That is the devil. In Matthew 13, verse 38 to 39, it explains that the weeds represent false churches that imitate the true one. According to the parable, the enemy, Satan, will sow weeds while everyone is sleeping. The parable mentions Satan will sow weeds while everyone is asleep. Is it a literal sleep mentioned in the verse? Let's read in John 11, verse 11 to 14. "These things he said, and after that he said to them, 'Our friend Lazarus sleeps, but I go that I may wake him up.' Then his disciples said, 'Lord, if he sleeps, he will get well.' However, Jesus spoke of his death, but they thought that he was speaking about taking rest in sleep. Then Jesus said to them plainly, 'Lazarus is dead.'" The word sleep on the verse means death. During this sleep, the devil has freely fulfilled the sowing of weeds. And whose death is Christ talking about that as they sleep, the devil will sow weeds? In the book of Acts 20, verse 29 to 30, it pertains to the death of the apostles. The parable that our Lord Jesus Christ taught warns his followers that Satan would corrupt the faith and will result in the rise of other false churches that would lead many astray from the truth. The question is, does this event happen at all? And does history support what is prophesied from the Bible? Let's continue our study. In the first century, Christians followed one faith, but as time passed, false teachings began creeping in. Paul warned about this in Acts 20, verse 29 to 30. "I know that after I leave, savage wolves will come in among you and will not spare the flock. Even from your own number, men will arise and distort the truth to draw away disciples after them." After the death of the apostles, the devil started to sow weeds to turn the disciples away from the true faith. How did this take place? In 313 AD, Emperor Constantine declared Christianity the official religion of Rome, but instead of following Christ's teachings, he mixed them with pagan Roman traditions. This act of the emperor gave way for significant changes in doctrines that Christ and the apostles taught, leading to the eventual change of the name of the church Christ established in the first century. This was the birth of the Roman Catholic Church, a compromised version of Christianity where the turning away from the true faith begins. This turning away was forewarned by Apostle Paul in 1 Timothy 4:1-3, where it's written that people will be led astray by doctrines of the devil, including the forbidding of marriage and abstinence from consuming meat. In our latter videos, we have discussed how these warnings have been fulfilled through the doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church. You can check our videos discussing these topics as well. But it doesn't stop there. A Bible prophecy was foretold about the rise of a powerful false church, which will eventually produce her offspring, leading to the rise of thousands of church denominations in the world today. The Bible describes a powerful false church in the book of Revelation 17 verse 4-5, and it says that the woman was dressed in purple and scarlet, glittering with gold, with a name written on her forehead, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and of the abominations of the earth. But first, let's find out, what does a woman symbolize in the Bible? In 2 Corinthians 11 verse 2, it clarifies that the Apostle Paul speaks of betrothing believers to one husband, aiming to present them as a chaste virgin to Christ. In Ephesians 5 verse 25 and 32, it further explains that husbands should love their wives just as Christ also loved the church, illustrating this great mystery concerning Christ and the church. With the verses mentioned, it explains that a chaste woman symbolizes the true church, which Christ loved and maintains a relational bond with. If a chaste woman symbolizes the true church, then the woman mentioned in Revelation 17 verse 4-5, a harlot woman, signifies a false church, symbolizing a corrupt religious system. Now let's examine the clues given in Revelation 17. She's dressed in purple and scarlet, reminiscent of bishops wearing purple and cardinals in scarlet robes. She's glittering with gold and precious stones, representing the Vatican as one of the wealthiest religious institutions in the world. She sits on many waters, meaning she influences many nations, highlighting how the Roman Catholic Church has global influence present in virtually every country. She's called the Mother of Harlots, reflecting the Catholic Church also calling itself the Mother Church. And in the verse, it also says, she's drunk with the blood of the saints. This describes the persecution of Christians throughout history during the time of the Inquisition. A church that is a global religious empire, extremely wealthy and powerful, carries the name Catholic, meaning universal, worldwide. All clues prophesied in the Bible point out to the Roman Catholic Church. These revelations we leave to you in acceptance or rejection. To further our discussion, based in Revelation 17, this church, the Mother of Harlots, will have offspring. How did it come to happen? Which leads to the rise of thousands of religious churches until today, having different beliefs and practices? In the 1500s, many people realized that the Catholic Church was corrupt, so they tried to reform it. This was the birth of Protestantism. Since then, many denominations, sects, and congregations emerged under Protestantism, all with differences on how they practice their faith. However, even though Protestant churches broke away, they still carried many Catholic traditions. For example, celebrating Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, and Easter, all rooted in pagan festivals. Though they rejected the Pope, they never fully returned to the original faith. This is the fulfillment of what was stated in the Bible, the offspring of the Mother of Harlots, as Protestantism emerged from its division from the Roman Catholic Church. These truths prophesied in the Bible and materialized in history further prove both Catholicism and Protestantism are not the one true church Christ established. And that leaves one final question. Where is the true church? If Jesus planted a true church, and if Catholicism and Protestantism are counterfeits, Then where is the real church today? How can we identify it? The answer is in the Bible. In the next video, we'll uncover the true church that still follows Christ's original teachings and the prophecies that point out to this church. So make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. Again, this is Truth Over Tradition. See you in the next video.